I'm Shelby Knox. I'm a feminist organizer and I live in New York City.
And so you were on a panel today at the Women in the World Summit. Can you tell us what you were talking about?
Sure, I was on a panel moderated by Sheryl Sandberg looking for where are the women at the top? Is it a stalled revolution? How are young women feeling about taking on the challenge of breaking down the glass ceiling? And what's the future of feminism?
So what does that mean to you as being one of the younger feminists on that panel?
So I think that first we have to remember that the biggest barrier for women my age is that we've been told we're equal. And so every single barrier that we hit, we feel like it's an individual problem instead of a systemic problem. And so when we have these discussions, we really have to remember that the solutions will be collective, and the solutions will involve helping young women understand that they have to be radical activists if we're ever going to continue breaking those glass ceilings down.
So what would you recommend, though, are some tips or tools for young women who are watching or listening to this right now, who do think that if everyone's equal right now? I mean, it's hard to break out of that comfort zone or even get to that place of seeing things that way.
Sure, I would say have a coven of 4 or 5 friends who you meet with every week or every month to sit and talk for real about your lives, not guys, not any of that stuff, but about the challenges that you're facing, because you're going to start to find out that they're facing the same things and find out that you're not crazy and that you're not alone. I would also say find mentors above you, but also mentor each other. There are so much we can learn from people within our own networks, and a lot of times that's a resource not tapped.
Shelby, what was your biggest takeaway from participating in the panel this morning?
Wow. It was such an honor to be on the panel with Gloria Steinem and Jill Abramson and all of these amazing people. But I think that the point is that we've come a long way. But revolutions take about a century to really sink in, and so we still have a long way to go, and I'm excited to be part of that.
Where do you think we are as far as that timeline on the century?
I think we're probably about 60 years in, so 40 more years to go. We could see it within my lifetime.
All right, I'm going to be 80, but we'll do. All right, I'll be in
still
my
be
prime.
On the front lines
together. We'll come 40 years from now. We'll check in with each other and see.
Yes.
And what is your a lot of people know you for the work and advocacy you've done around sex education and women's rights and health rights for our bodies. What's your passion right now? What's your message to women?
Well, one of the biggest issues for my generation is going to be ending rape culture, ending the shaming of women for being sexual, and forever dispelling this myth that a woman or a man could ever do anything to ask to be raped or sexually assaulted.
How would you describe the essence of the Women in the World Summit this year?
It's inspiring to be with so many women who are committed to gender justice in one place, having these amazing discussions. And I'm so glad it's live streaming, because it's important for everyone across the entire world to hear these messages.
You've mentioned that Gloria Steinem's one of your mentors. What's the biggest lesson you've taken away from Gloria in this past year?
The biggest lesson Gloria ever taught me actually was that people don't automatically give you respect, but you've got to respect yourself first. And if you can walk into a room and know that you are equal and you deserve your words to be heard, then people are much more likely to take you seriously. And I was thinking about this that morning as I was on this panel with Sheryl Sandberg and all these amazing people.
And my last question is, what would be your message to women around the world?
Sisterhood. We've got to do this together. The revolution is collective, and we've got to do it all at the same time.